Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to start chapter 2. Chapter 1 was finished last year. I lost about 10 kilos in front of the camera and I have to start chapter 2 now, which is going to be very different from chapter 1. So chapter 1 was my method, the perfect method that I found for myself to incinerate some kilos very quickly. I wanted to lose 12 kilos. I ended up losing 10 kilos and believe me, I was very happy about that. I am going to start chapter 2, which is going to be a little different. I'm not going to meal prep. I'm not going to cook a lot because it is very warm, as you can tell. Maybe you can't tell, but I can tell. It's 35 degrees Celsius outside, and it's going to be like this for several weeks. I'm on holiday now. It is going to be very warm, so I don't want to have to be even warmer in the kitchen making a million meals. I'm going to eat intuitively. I want to incinerate a few kilos. So today I was 61.15 when I woke up, and I would like to see the 59 that I didn't see at chapter 2. It's chapter 1. 61.15, 59 is very, very close to each other. I can reach this without having to put into place some big structure. Like 10 kilo was a bit of a mountain, but like 2 kilo, that's easy. But also I want to show you through chapter 2 why I have meal prepped in the chapter 1, and you will see very quickly how much harder it is to not have a scale to weigh your food, not have a method to prep everything in advance. And I might sometimes prep something, I might decide, oh, you know what, today I'm gonna make double portion of this meal and I'll have some for tomorrow. I apologize for the bells. And so for that reason, what we're going to do is do intuitive eating for the next coming weeks. And I will be honest with you, I think this is a very dangerous as in you're not going to be guaranteed to get super results, because when you do meal prepping, you know exactly how much you have in calories. When you weighted your food, you know exactly how much you have in your meal, but I have no idea because I don't have a scale. And I'm going to do without it. That said, I know exactly what to eat if I can't weigh it to lose weight. And I know how much I need to walk and how much I need to train. So last year in chapter 1, I had lost 10 kilos. So that's about 22 pounds in 3 months. And I did it very healthily. I meal prepped from Monday to Thursday. And then the last 12 days, if you remember where I started losing more, I meal prepped for every single day. So for 12 days, I had a meal a day. I had 3 meals. I'm sorry. All my meals were prepped for 12 days. And then I trained an intensity of 5 on 10, which is just, for me, it was just weightlifting for 3 months. I did 5 on 10, what would have been 10 on 10, jogging, cardio, anything that would have made me sweat a lot more, work my cardiovascular system. And probably some stretching like yoga or some core training, Pilates. This would have been a 10 on 10 training. I just did 5 on 10 intensity. And for me, that's very good. I wanted to keep my muscle mass. I didn't want to lose any muscle. So what I do for chapter 2 is I keep recording in the app. So my trainer, Adam, has an app. He programs everything in it. So I know exactly what machine to use and how much I lift, how many reps of each. I can keep track that way. And if I see that I can't actually lift as much as I could last week, I have to be very careful because it means that I'm losing muscle. So in this chapter, I am going to show you why I actually meal prep usually when I want to reach a certain goal very quickly or reach a goal like guaranteed, okay? This is not guaranteed that I'm going to lose weight in the next 3 weeks because I'm on holidays. I want to be cautious of my weight, but I also want to have fun, obviously, and I don't have a scale to tell me if I'm in a calorie deficit or not. So that's going to need to be addressed. That said, Plan Lola, what is it? And it's very important that I introduce this. So LOLA is learn, observe, logicize, and analyze. I am not Lola, I am Natty. The reason why I came up with these 4 steps is I'll give you an example for the weight loss and just an aesthetic. If you, for example, want to grow your eyelashes naturally, or you want to grow your eyebrows, you're going to start by learning about it. How do I grow my eyelashes? How do I lose weight fast, right? So you learn about something. Your sister might have told you, oh, I tried castor oil on my lashes. It worked really well. And so you learn about that subject. Your friend tried 1 meal a day, OMAD, and she lost 10 kilos and it was amazing. Okay, so you learn about something. The next step is to observe. You're going to observe not just your sister, your cousin, but you're going to observe what's going on social media, on the net. You're going to observe what is given to you, what is shown to you. And you're going to do step 3 once you've observed a little bit. People who think it's dangerous to put castor oil on your eyelashes and people who had a great result. So you observed everybody. People who think it's going to create an eating disorder to do 1 meal a day, and people who swear by the method and eating once a day give them so much energy. So you observe all the camps. Number 3 is to logicize. Use your logic. If this person comes up with, I lost 20 kilos in 2 weeks thanks to OMAD, you're going to use your logic, your gut feeling, your instinct, and you're going to say that is not possible. That just, it doesn't sound right. Let me go to somebody else and who failed with OMAD, for example. Same for the castor oil for your eyebrows. Let's see if somebody had an allergic reaction to it. You're going to use your logic. Is it good for your, you know, your is it good to put some oil on your eyes before you go to bed? Is it good to just eat once a day because my logic tells me I need more calories, or I need more energy throughout the day? The last step is to analyze. Once you've decided, you've observed, you decided, I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try the fasting 1 meal a day. Then you're going to have to put your result every single day, because you cannot discount a program if you didn't analyze it. So anybody who comes up, for example, with, you have to take out all the carbs in your diet to lose weight, I can direct them to my analysis, because every single meal that I showed in chapter 1, if you observe, had some carbs, I had some fruits, I had some rice, I had some cake, I had some chocolate, I had some sugar, I had some bread, etc., etc. Okay, so it means that I did have carbs and I did lose 10 kilos. I did it online in front of you. Every morning I weighed myself and I showed you what I ate. So that's not going to work for me. I don't need to take out the carbs in my analysis of my numbers. Now, maybe you might need to do this, and that's why it's very important that you customize it to yourself. If you don't, then you're gonna fall prey to anything that goes on the net and can sell you something. And I'll be honest with you, at the moment it's still manageable, but in 2 years from now, when AI is going to be super AI, because it'll be a lot more advanced, you're going to have a lot of issues to distinguish if it's an actual human who's talking, or if it's an avatar, or if it's a product of AI. And then you will know you will not know what to do anymore. Because if you don't distinguish today, if it's a real human who's talking to you from a real experience, then the AI influencers in 2 years, you will think you're listening to a person. You will not be. So if you start to understand your data, your own data today, you're going to be able to know what's best for you and do what's best for you. No machine is going to tell you what's best for you. Today, you can still distinguish like a fake cat on Instagram than a real cat. Sometimes the cats are a bit too pretty, perfect, cartoonish, but in 2 years from now, you won't be able to do so. And so it is really important that you start applying Plan LOLA, learn, observe, logicize, and analyze to everything you start, to everything you're looking for. And the more you're going to do that, the more you're going to analyze your own data, the more you'll get to know yourself and what works, what doesn't work. And you can do that for finances if you want to get out of debt, for example. You can listen to a lot of financial gurus online, or you can see for yourself through your own analysis. And we'll talk about this later. But I'm very happy to explain finally what Plan Lola is. And I didn't think it was very important to explain it before because AI wasn't that amazing back in 2024. It really started this year. And I see the point and I see the importance. It's going really fast. So let's not get fooled by a machine, and let's start really understanding what is going to work for us. So in my case, in the next 3 weeks, as I said, I start at 61.15 kilos this morning. In the past few weeks, I've been at 60.75 to 61.15. You know, I've been, so let's say 61. And so I want to see the 59. Obviously, I don't necessarily have a strict goal. So if I did, I would do meal prep. I will cook everything for 4 days, and every 4 days I would do this until I reach my goal. But I am not going to, because I want to show you the difference between having a meal that's ready and the ease of it, and having to come up with some quantity and understanding how much is on your plate, so you don't overeat calories. Not overeat, but overeat calories in order to get a result. So in that, I will see you tomorrow, and I'll give you a feedback on today, which is day 1, starting at 61.15 kilo. I cannot wait for this chapter 2 to start. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.